Hello, and welcome back to yet another video. This is the 6th episode of a story in which 10-year-old Naruto meets Minato from future and that turns Naruto's life upside down. As Naruto lives a happy life in which he is trained by Minato and later Kushina too. After you've finished watching, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. To begin, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Let's get the party started. Naruto is alone with the enemy, exclaimed while he headed to the place he left Naruto, not before leaving a clone watching over Zabuza and Haku. On his way he felt a tremendous and evil source of chakra, something he never expected to feel again. The Kyuubi's chakra. Minutes ago Naruto was going to resume his training with the clone his father left when they felt some chakra signatures. 4 ninjas from different villages appeared, everyone with a slash in their forehead protectors. Before Arashi could say anything, one of them attacked the Arashi clone. The clone dodged easily the attack and slammed a Rasengan in the ninja's chest, killing him. Naruto, here's your next exercise. Take care of these fools by yourself. I'll help you if they happen to be too strong, but I don't think it will be necessary, said the clone. Alright, Dad, said Naruto happily at the perspective of a true fight. The 3 remaining ninjas didn't take it very well and attacked Naruto. One of them tried to hit him with his Kadachi but the boy turned into a log. The real Naruto threw a kunai at him with an explosive tag he created thanks to his father's lesson. The ninja tried to dodge the kunai but the explosion was stronger than a normal explosive tag and died because some rocks ended embedded in his back. Yes, exclaimed Naruto, not aware that he took his first life. Now, what about this? Kage Bunshin no Jutsu. 20 clones charged at the ninjas. Meanwhile the original Naruto proceeded to write another explosive tag, like his father did in his test. Naruto, it's too soon for trying that, warned the Arashi clone a bit concerned. Meanwhile, the missing nins managed to destroy the clones, but not without a cost. One of them was dead, other had an arm heavily damaged and only one ended with a few bruises. The 2 survivors looked at Naruto with hate in their eyes. Where are the demon brothers? Thought one. How could that brat be so strong? I don't care about our employers said, I'm going to kill him, exclaimed one of them. Naruto threw a kunai with the tag, not noticing a minor mistake in the writing. The tag started to blue sparks in an extreme, altering the speed and the trajectory of the kunai. Said kunai flew in all directions with an insane speed. The blade pierced off the skull of the wounded nin, killing him. Before the Arashi clone could react, he felt something in his gut. The kunai ended his chaotic trajectory embedded on himself. Oops, thought Naruto. Naruto, hang out while I come to help you, shouted the clone before disappearing in a poof of smoke. Before the enemy nin could do anything, Arashi appeared in the area. Don't worry, Naruto. I'm her, said when a metallic claw connected with a chain pierced through his chest. Arashi's lifeless body fell to the ground while the claw retracted to the hand of one of the demon brothers. Your father is death, boy. Now come with us if you don't want to share his destiny, said one of them, congratulating himself for the success of his genjutsu. Naruto was staring incredulous at the lifeless body who he believed was his father. Dad? Babbled. You are not listening? Perhaps a beating will make you come to your senses, said the other brother while he charged at Naruto. The last thing he saw were a pair of red eyes with slitted pupils. Minato flew to the place, cursing himself for not giving Naruto one of his special kunais. Please may he be alright, thought Kushina. They arrived to see a teary Naruto surrounded by the bodies of unknown ninjas about to stab with a kunai. Minato used his jutsu to get where his son was. He caught the kunai by the blade and slapped Naruto with the other hand. What were you going to do? Shouted furious. Naruto looked at him with a mix of confusion and relief, ignoring the fact that he was slapped. Daddy? Why you are alive, said before passing out. Minato caught him before he hit the ground. He looked at the mark in Naruto's cheek and realized what he did. I hit our son, babbled horrified, looking at his hand. You did it without thinking, Min-kun. He was about to kill himself. I would have done the same, said Kushina between tears. Minato looked horrified at his hand, then he deformed a fist and tightened it until it bled. The horror was replaced with a hellish fury. Whoever who was behind this, will pay. With blood, vowed. Kushina didn't say anything, but agreed with her husband. Meanwhile, with Haku and Zabuza the former swordsman of the mist was looking at the Arashi clone with no idea what to do when his student awakened. Zabuza-sama. What happened? Asked Haku, relieved to see his master alive. You were knocked by our adversary when you tried to block his attack, responded Zabuza. Haku saw the Arashi clone who was watching over them and got into a fighting stance, between him and Zabuza. "The fight is over," said the Arashi clone. "My original one has summoning to propose you both. It will be a very beneficial agreement for both parts." Haku calmed down when he saw that Zabuza was agreeing with him. The beautiful boy kneeled before Zabuza. I'm sorry, Zabuza-sama. I couldn't help you in your fight. I'll accept whatever punishment you see fit," said. "There's no need for apologizing. I think that our adversary is more than he appears. Our customers lied to us. This Arashi guy can't be an A-class ninja," said. "An A-class ninja? Who told you that it was my level?" asked the clone undignified. Before Zabuza could say anything, they felt a murderous killing intent. Zabuza himself was a master of paralyzing his victims with his own, but this one was beyond anything he could do. It came from the way the original Arashi went. Something said him that the demon brothers and the other ninjas were now dead. Seconds later, Arashi appeared carrying his son in his arms. His eyes had death writing in them. Zabuza and Haku thought seriously about fleeing away, but they were not sure if they would be able to move. "What happened?" asked the clone before being ordered to dispel himself. Arashi put his son in the ground and made some long breathings for calming down. Later he headed to the former mist nins. Zabuza made his best to appear calm. He knew that he had no chance if Arashi attacked him, but he would give him a final fight. Arashi removed his hood and his mask. Haku didn't recognize the blonde man. Zabuza did. This man killed more ninjas than the 7 swordmen of the mist during the time he was part of the group. He only hoped now for a quick death. "Momochi Zabuza, I see that you recognize me. I have a proposition for you. But first you'll give me the names of your employers, you like it or not," said the yellow flash. Zabuza told him everything. Konoha's hospital. An hour later, Sarutobi rushed to the room where Naruto was checked. He found Arashi and a boy who looked like a girl attending an unconscious Naruto. His years of experience didn't let him be fooled by Haku's looks. "I received your message. What happened? And who's this boy?" asked concerned. "This boy is Haku, one of the few survivors of the Yukina clan. He is helping the nurses to take care of Naruto. Haku, let me introduce you to Sarutobi Harrison, the son Daime Hokage of Konoha," said Arashi. "It's an honor to meet you, Hokage-sama. Your feats are very known in the water country. I never expected to meet somebody like you," said the boy, obviously surprised that he was able to recognize his gender. "Same for me. I'm very sorry for what happened to your clan. They did the best for their country and they were betrayed for those they were protecting," said the Hokage heartily. "I would love to have a talk with you, but I must discuss a very important matter with Arashi-san. Please, can you leave for a while?" asked. Haku nodded and got out from the room. Sarutobi performed some soundproof jutsus, looked to Naruto and then to Arashi. "Can you tell me what happened? Is it true that you were attacked?" asked. Arashi told him all the story concerning the attack. How Zabuza and other missing nins were hired by some villagers to capture Naruto and kill him. The Hokage took a seat, trying to digest what Arashi told him. One of his worst nightmares since he got his Kage rank back just happened. He only could thank the fact that Naruto survived. Then he vowed to himself that something like that will never happen again. "That Zabuza guy told you who hired him? Ibiki will make sure that they will confess so they will receive their deserved punishment," asked. Arashi gave him a document. "Better than that, this is Zabuza's contract. He has the custom of making writing contracts to use it against those customers who could try to treason him. It has all the signatures of the villagers who hired him and the other missing nins," said Arashi. The Hokage looked at the document. "Good, I will send the Anbu to arrest the man," said before being interrupted. "That's not necessary. The original Minato set up a trap with Zabuza's help. I'm just a clone. Now he must be giving these traitors what they deserve," said the clone. The Hokage got up from the room and called his Anbu. Meanwhile, in a hut outside Konoha, the group of villagers were relieved. When they felt before the same vicious killer intent they felt the day Arashi Uzumaki arrived Konoha, they thought that they were going to get caught. But they received a message from Zabuza assuring that Arashi was dead and the fox boy was captured. He was going to arrive soon with his capture. In case of Zabuza being weakened enough, the ninjas who were among them would dispatch him so they would keep their money. If not, they would just give him his payment. What Zabuza didn't know was that a man from another village promised them 4 times Zabuza's payment for the Uzumaki kid. It looks like he was wanted the boy because his bloodline. Perhaps they should give the fox boy a bidding to show their client how his power works. Their chat was interrupted when Zabuza got into the cab with Naruto's unconscious form. The demon of the mist didn't look happy. "You lied about that Arashi guy. He was stronger than you told me. I lost all my subordinates and the extra ninjas you hired before I could kill him off," said, letting Naruto's body fell to the ground. You knew the risk when you accepted this mission, Zabuza. Look it by the bright side, now you don't have to share the money with anybody, said a ninja who was named spokesman of the group while he handed Zabuza a bag with the money. Zabuza took the money, his semblance relaxed visibly when he saw that all the money was there. What do you want the boy for? Do you have a grudge against him or else? Asked. The spokesman decided to not tell Zabuza about the man who wanted Naruto because his bloodline, just in case Zabuza decided to betray them for the money. He told him the other reasons. Obviously you don't know about it. The official story of Konoha says that the Ondaime Hokage died killing the Kyuubi a decade ago. That's not true, he died sealing the fox into a baby boy. This boy, Naruto Uzumaki, is the reincarnation of the fox. The Sandaime was a fool and wanted him to have a life the most normal possible, so he made a law forbidding everyone to tell the truth or harming the boy, said the ninja. He is not the reincarnation of the fox, clarified one of the villagers. They are different entities. I only want him dead because killing him will kill the fox too. I don't want to take the risk that someday the fox would be able to destroy the seal and get free, said another ninja. It's better to kill both of them now that the seal works. I only want him dead because I lost my money betting against him and his father, said another. The rest of villagers and the ninjas told their reasons about why they wanted Naruto's death until the most murderous killing intent they ever felt paralyzed them. Naruto got up and dispelled the henge, revealing himself as Arashi Uzumaki. I heard enough. You're a bunch of ungrateful traitors. Your mere existence is an insult to Konoha, roared. Some of the villagers pissed themselves. One of the ninjas tried to attack only to end with his head separated from his body. Arashi summoned some cage bunshin who quickly dangled the traitors by the hands to the walls of the hut, using kunais to impale their hands. Zabuza. Why did you betray us? Babbled one of them while he convoluted by the pain. You lied to me about my mission. The adversary was beyond my abilities. The contract is void and I take the money as compensation for the troubles and the loss of my men, said the former Missnin heading to the door. I'll see you in the hospital. Remember to close the door when you leave. I have something to discuss with this scum, said Arashi to Zabuza. Zabuza nodded and left the place. Arashi looked at his prisoners. All you are guilty of high treason against Konoha, letting a group of missing get inside the village's territory, endangering all the population. And worst of all, you hired them for assassinate two fellow citizens of Konoha with the aggravation that you owe the life to one of them, my son. For that abhorrent crimes you are everyone sentenced to death, shouted the furious father. Wait. Oh, only the Hokage can sentence to death, babbled one of the ninjas. Arashi removed his mask and hood, revealing his true identity to the traitors. I'm the Hokage, the one whose final wish you betrayed, said in a cold tone. For a few seconds, all of them were speechless, too surprised to feel the pain until they realized that they were in real shit. Then they started to beg for their lives pathetically. Forgive us Yondaime-sama. We didn't know that it was you, said one before being slapped. Shut up. You should have respected my wish. Was Naruto my son or not, said Minato. Please, Hokage-sama. They forced me into this, begged another. Those who abandon his comrades are worse than trash, responded Minato while he punched him in the gut. I won't let scum like you be part of Konoha. My son won't be the ruler for those who would try to hurt him if they had the chance, said the ex-cage. Minato headed to the ninjas. You are the worst ones of all? You dishonored the heroes who died defending the village from the fox, conspiring to kill one of them. As Hokage I strip all you of your ninja rank, said coldly. He summoned some clones who stripped the ninjas of their vests and teared them to rags that were used to tap the eyes of the civilians. They will hear the executions, but not see them. Their imagination will do a better job scaring them, thought Kushina. Then he removed their forehead protectors. From Kushina's memories he knew how hard Naruto had to work to get his. The thought that the traitors had better opportunities to get them only infuriated him more. You dishonored the symbol of the leaf, said while he rapped his fist with one of the protectors, with the metallic part coinciding with his knuckles. This same symbol will be your end, said while he punched the ninja with it. Minutes later, the Hokage and his battle gear and a squad of Anbu arrived at the scene only to see that traitors were already executed. The Anbu recognized Arashi as Minato and soon they were trying to cope with the new info. Isn't he the Yondaime? He used his own son for saving the village. No wonder why he is so pissed with everyone. So that's the reason why he is so strong. I hope that the Hokage won't make us fight him. Sarutobi looked at the corpses of the ninjas. Minato executed them using their own forehead protectors as blunt weapons. They all had marks with the village's symbol over their bodies. The civilians all had a second smile in their throats, with the exception of the wounds in their hands. They didn't appear to be tortured. The Sandaime confronted the Yondaime. Minato, was it necessary to do this? Asked. Minato nodded. Yes, it was. Executing them like that, not only I made sure that they wished to not being born, I also sent a message to all those who could try to do something similar to Naruto. Or our precious people. We no longer will expect any gratitude from the citizens Konoha, but we won't take any crap from them neither, said the Yondaime. Sarutobi stood there for a few moments, and talked. Yes, the villagers will think it 2 times before trying to do anything as foolishness again. You are lucky that we have the contract, it will silence any disagreement with the council. I will convoke them to explain this, said. If they try to do something, I won't have any mercy with them, said Minato. The Yondaime headed to the Anbu. My true identity is a S-class secret, don't divulge under high treason, right? Said while he put back his mask. All the Anbu agreed with him, some of them even vowed at him. By the way, not everyone on the contract is here, we should go after them, said the Sandaime. Just in that time, the absent traitors knocked the door. Sorry for being late, had the ninjas appeared with the fox boy? Said Mizuki while he got into the hut with another villager. They found the mess that were their fellow plotters, a squad of Anbu, a pissed Uzumaki and an angry Hokage. We are in a big trouble. Don't we? Asked a very scared Mizuki. Naruto found himself in an unknown place, it looked like a sewer. How did he got there? The last thing he recalled was the fight with the unknown ninjas. Everything was going fine until he accidentally destroyed his father's clone, then his father appeared and those masks stabbed him. The sorrow was beyond description. All the happy world he got in the last weeks was destroyed in a few seconds. He heard the voices of the ones who killed his father and he only could see red. The sorrow turned into wrath. Naruto didn't care anymore about anything except one thing, destroy those who took away his father. The massacre didn't last long. He pummeled them until they didn't move. He even didn't need to use the claws he grew. With the revenge satisfied, the sorrow came back stronger than ever and only one thing could take it away. He saw that kunai. Then his father appeared and slapped him, then everything turned black. The relief of the knowledge that his father was alive soon was replaced with his natural curiosity, where was him? He reminded one of his talks with his father about the seal. According to him, the pocket dimension that was the seal looked like a dungeon because its main function was to keep the fox trapped, to never escape. A cheap psychiatrist would say that this place looked like that as a reflection of Naruto's tormented mind and blah, blah, blah. The place was a prison placed in Naruto's belly, not in his brain. Of course it had to look like a sewer. After some wandering, the boy found a chamber with a gargantuan cell and tag with a kanji that said seal. Well, it looks like I have an unexpected guest. Did you get lost in the road of life? Said a malignant voice in a mocking tone, the voice of the Kyuubi no Kitsune. Meanwhile in Konoha, Kakashi sneezed for no reason and had to change his mask. In different timeline Naruto would have been disgusted with the fox because he was the responsible of his hard life. In this timeline the fox was the responsible of his hard life. And the one who killed his mother. Bastard. You'll pay for everything, roared while he charged at the demon. Bring it on, loser, teased the Kyuubi. An invisible barrier stopped violently the boy. What's going on? Weren't you going to make me pay? Mocked the fox. Shut up, monster, responded an angry Naruto. Make me, baka. Destroy the barrier removing the seal and show me what you got, exclaimed the Kyuubi with a mocking smile. Naruto was going to remove the seal when he realized that he was about to do. No, I won't. I'll better leave you rotting here until you die, said Naruto calming down. This seal won't last forever, brat. Someday we will meet without these bars, it will be interesting to see if you will keep so brave, said the fox. Naruto noticed that the monster relaxed a little and talked. I like it or not, my life depends on your survival. This is what we are going to do, I'll lend you my chakra and... No, interrupted Naruto. Brat, don't interrupt me, with my chakra will. I said no. I know why you want to give me your chakra, you want to make me dependent of your power so I'll have to use it more and more until the point that it will end breaking the seal and let you free. I'm sorry, but I'll rather die than ask for your help. If I win my battles, I will win because my own power, not yours, said Naruto reminding what his father told him about the dangers of the Kyuubi. He didn't attack Konoha by his own will, Naruto, but this doesn't mean that he is an innocent creature. He is evil and as all prisoners, he hates his prison. Don't accept anything from him because he will betray you at the minimal chance. Don't use his chakra because it will weaken the seal and he will escape, said his father. The Kyuubi let his rage loose, he would have killed Naruto if the seal didn't stop him. Stupid fool. I won't be there forever, someday I will get free and you will be the first one to die. Now get out of here, roared Konoha's hospital. Naruto woke up in an unknown bed. Before he could take a better look at his surrounding, he felt a pair of strong arms embracing him. Naruto, are you alright? Why did you try to do that? Asked his father in the verge of tears. When he noticed that it was his father, he returned the embrace, letting all out. Dad. I thought they killed you, said between sobs. It's over. Dad is here. Everything is going to be fine, consoled Minato. Mom is here too, said Kushina, sad for not being able to console him too. Minutes later, Naruto finally calmed down. Although his father told him that there was nothing bad with crying, he couldn't help but feel a little ashamed. Naruto, can you tell me what happened since my clone was dispelled? Asked Minato. Naruto told him all the story, including the visit to the Kyuubi's chamber. You did the right thing. Your future self lost a lot of time trying to control a power that was not his. The only effective Jinka Arikis are those who befriend with their hosts. Unfortunately this is not your case, said Minato while he cursed himself for not training Naruto against genjutsu sooner. I'm stupid. If I had prepared him better, he wouldn't have to suffer like that, thought. Don't punish yourself, Minato. He will be able to defend himself against it, now he will be more motivated to learn about it, said Kushina. Dad, what happened? Who were those ninjas and why they came after us? Asked Naruto. Minato explained to him the fight against the missing ninjas and Zabuza, the trap they set up to catch the traitors, and what happened until Mizuki and the other villager arrived. Minato kept the most gory details for himself. Then, after some punching, they confessed that a ninja from another village offered them a great sum of money in exchange for yourself. We went to the other meeting point but the ninja already left, said Minato. I never thought that I would be persecuted because our bloodline. It's almost what happened to Hinata-chan years ago, said Naruto. Yes, that was what the ninja from the other village wanted Konoha to believe, but after more interrogation and they described us how the ninja looked like, we discovered the truth. He was man with a spiral mask with a single eye hole and a red cloud cloak, said Minato. What? You mean? Exclaimed Naruto. Yes, everything was one of Madara's schemes. He chose some villagers who disliked you because they would more easy to buy over. If they failed, at least he would get rid of Zabuza. Obviously he didn't know that I would spare him, said Minato. Dad, did he travel back in time too? Asked Naruto. I don't know. The Akatsuki sent Itachi to test my power and now they tried to capture you in an indirect way. We must assume that Madara came back too, said Minato, concerned. He looked into his jacket and handed a three-pronged kunai with a seal to Naruto. It was going to be a birthday present, but it's better to give it to you now, said. Naruto looked excited at the weapon, reminding the fight his father had against the Donbu where he used his kunais for fight. Are you going to show me how to fight elongating the kunai range and all? Asked happily. Minato smiled and ruffled his hair. Yes, but not yet. First I'm going to teach you how to counter genjutsu and improve your ability with sealing. Improved sealing as you tried to do is only for experts. I don't want you to have another accident like that in the middle of a combat. With this kunai I will be able to teleport where you are, you only have to throw it at the enemy, said his father. Naruto nodded and then his face turned more serious. Dad, there's something I want to tell you, said. What it is? Asked Minato, intrigued. Naruto looked at his hands, reminding when he killed the demon brothers. I never understood why the Sasuke of that timeline left Konoha, renouncing to everything for his revenge. Until today. When I thought they killed you I felt like my life was destroyed, the pain was unbearable. The only thing I wanted was to kill those who killed you, make them suffer. While I used the fox power to crush them, a part of me thought that the pain would be gone after their deaths, another part was enjoying the pain I was inflicting to them, but after I killed them I only felt an empty gap in my heart. The revenge didn't give me back what I lost and I hated myself for what I did, said sadly. Minato didn't say anything. Kushina was crying for her child. Naruto continued, I don't want to turn into a monster for revenge. I don't want anybody else to pass through the same thing. Dad, you told me to not befriend Sasuke because he would end hurting me. But I can't. Now I know what he was going through, I can't abandon him and let him destroy his life. If I want to be worth of the Hokage title I must save him from himself, said, finishing his talk. Minato and Kushina never felt so proud of his son. Naruto was no longer the kid who woke up this morning vowing to finally master the Rasengan. Naruto was now a young man in the path of surpass his parents. Minato unfolded a scroll and unsealed an item while Kushina realized what was Minato going to do. Naruto looked at it curiously. It was a forehead protector without a symbol. Where should be the symbol of a leaf with a spiral? There was nothing. Minato looked at his son with a smile. Naruto, in ancient times, before the founding of the great villages, there were no ninja academies nor academy exams. The students became ninjas at the moment they showed enough maturity and survived their first life-threatening fight. Today you survived that fight and you just demonstrated that you are mature enough, said. Naruto still didn't what his father wanted to say. For that reason, I Minato Uzumaki Namikaze, Yondaime Hokage of Konoha, acknowledge you as a ninja, said while he put the forehead protector into Naruto. Naruto couldn't believe it. This means that I'm already a ninja? Asked excited. From my point of view, yes, you are a ninja. But you'll have to graduate at the academy for being a ninja for the village, said Minato. Naruto hugged his father excited. Thank you, Dad. You don't know what it means this for me, said. Minato already knew. Kushina showed him her memories of the troubles that Naruto had to surpass to get his headband. She only hoped to be with him the day he will graduate again. They heard someone knocking the door. Minato put back his mask. Come in, said. Haku got into the room. Good night, Arashi-sama, said Haku. Good night Haku, how was your talk with the Hokage? Responded Arashi. It was pretty fine. By the way, he asked me to tell you to go to the council chambers to talk about the incident, said. Arashi got up with a grunt. He was not in the mood to talk with them. I'll go right now. Let me introduce yourselves. Naruto, this is Haku. Haku, this is Naruto, said while the boys exchanged greetings. You should have a talk while I deal with those fools. You'll find out that you have many things in common, said while he left the place. When we will come back I bet that they will be already friends, said Kushina. Your father really loves you. You are very lucky, said while he saw Arashi leaving the place. What do you mean? All fathers love their sons, don't they? Asked the puzzled blonde. Haku then told him his sad story. Council chambers, Hara's and Sarutobi sighed. These emergency meetings were more frequent than he would have wished since he took the Hokage hat again. The first one was after the Kyuubi attack. They decided Naruto's destiny and he was named Hokage again. Unfortunately he was not named Hokage yet when they voted about Naruto, or he would have been able to oversee it. The second one was after the kidnapping of Hinata Hyuga. Danzo would have loved to go to war, but the sacrifice of Hisashi saved Konoha from more suffering. No wonder why he and Minato would become friends. The third one was after the Uchiha massacre. He still doesn't know why the boy he thought would make a fine godime would kill all his clan, including his parents, minus his younger brother. Now they had in the chamber two groups of bodies of foreign missing nins, a group of civilian and ninjas of Konoha bodies, and two beaten traitors tied up ready to respond to their remaining questions. All the council members had a copy of the incident report. Those who were favorable to the Uzumakis were in an outrage and were asking for the execution of Mizuki and the remaining villager. Those who were neutral, like the Hyugas, wanted to know all the details. The group who disliked them were talking among themselves, looking for a way to take advantage of the situation. Danzo was trying to figure out a way to acquire the bodies of the missing nins and get their secrets. Everyone shut up when Arashi Uzumaki got into the chamber, radiating a bit of killing intent. The council members who wanted to accuse him of murdering Konoha citizens had the wise decision of keeping their mouths wide shut. The Hokage headed at the council members. Ladies, gentlemen. As you know, something horrible has happened here in Konoha. A conspiracy almost left us without our most recent clan. Fortunately the plot failed and the traitors were caught, but it will better if Uzumaki-san describe us what happened, said. Arashi looked at the corpses, then at the prisoners, who made the best they could to avoid his glare. He told the story of the attack, avoiding the facts that he used jutsus from 5 different elements and that Naruto killed some of his adversaries using the Kyuubi's power, but some of them were already a bit scared of the fact that Naruto managed to kill Chunin-level ninjas. No wonder why we must carry out our plan. But unlike these fools, we will succeed, thought Lady Miho. Then he told them about the trap and the punishment he gave to the traitors. As expected, it was followed by murmurs from everyone. Some of them thought that it was excessive, others agreed with the punishment. Another group found very likely the execution of the ninjas using their own forehead protectors as weapons. One of the Uzumaki's detractors, a fat man who asked the execution of Naruto the day after the Kyuubi attack, got up furious. We heard enough. The fox boy and the demon lover killed some of our fellow citizens, tortured 2 of them to accuse the others of treason, and they pretend to be the true victims. I demand a voting for execution of the Uzumaki clan because their coward actions against the village, exclaimed while his followers agreed and clapped. Before he could do anything else, he was being grabbed by the throat by a furious Arashi, who lifted him some centimeters. His infamous killing intent was higher than ever. Even the Hokage was a bit scared. Arashi glared at him with fire and eyes and talked. 1. There's a written contract with the signatures of the traitors that proves their guiltiness without any doubt. Also there's the fact that the prisoners were interrogated by the Hokage himself. Are you calling him a liar? Asked. The followers of the fat man realized that their plan messed up and looked in fear while Arashi continued talking. 2. You not only broke the Sandaimei's law, with the punishment it takes, but you also made it in front of him. It is brushing treason against our leader, said the counselor. Looked at the Sandaime, realizing the great mistake he made. The Hokage gave him an unpleasant look. Arashi was about to finish his talk. And 3. You defied the Hokage's authority, proposing a votation for the execution of 2 Konoha citizens who killed some traitors. Only the Hokage can decide things like that. The council's function is to advise the Hokage, not doing his job. All these facts are proof enough to find you guilty of treason against the Hokage. As ninja of Konoha, my duty is to give you a proper punishment, said while he prepared his attack. With a quick move, Arashi stabbed his hand into the counselor's chest, to everyone's horror. Then, with a horrible sound, he ripped off the man's heart. The counselor looked horrified at his own heart, still thumping. Before he died, Arashi let the body fall to the ground and throw the heart to a paper bin. How sealed he duty that? Asked a horrified counselor. It was very simple. He just focused some wind chakra into his hand, then, with his palm open, he introduced his hand between the ribs of Fatso, grabbed the heart and pulled it out with some strength, explained Shibiabarame. Crap, we Hyugas are fearsome because we can kill with a strike to the heart. It will be nothing when people will hear about a guy who can rip it off. The Uzumakis are a real threat to our supremacy in Konoha, thought Lady Miho. Arashi then looked at the followers. They tried to escape, but they were immobilized by his Fuuden Bunshine. Now, about you, said, walking slowly towards while he created a cage Bunshine for each one. That's enough, Arashi, said Sarutobi. Hokage-sama, they must be punished, responded Arashi. Yes, they will, but it will take me a lot of work to find replacements for them. I will decide a proper punishment later, said the Hokage. Can I defy them all to a duel of honor? Asked Arashi. These duels were duels to death. As samurais, ninjas have to ask for their leaders' permission for dueling. No, you can't. You can get hurt, said Sarutobi. Can I beat them to a pulp? Asked. No. Can I inflict them any kind of psychological torture? No. Arashi looked contemptible. At least can I curse them? Asked, a bit depressed. Well, I don't see anything wrong with it. What do you think? He can curse you, can't him? Asked the Hokage to the counselors. The counselors agreed. Receiving some insults and curses was much better than an execution. They even suggested Arashi to curse those who dared to wrong him or his son instead of beating them. A sinister spark appeared in Arashi's eyes and his clones while they smiled under their masks. The clones performed some hand signs. Wait, he is going to kill them. Someone stop him, said Koharu. No, he is just cursing them, said the Hokage. Funjutsu. Disgrace curse, exclaimed the Arashi clones while they stamped their palms into the counselors' foreheads. Then in said foreheads appeared sinister seals. I don't know about yours, but my curses really work, said Arashi looking at his victims. This is the disgrace curse. The good thing, it won't do anything to you. The bad thing, it will affect anybody around you. Everyone listened to Arashi while he kept explaining his curse. Your mere presence could make people have strange accidents without no reason while you are near. Food could rot, plants get dry. The effects of the seal are unpredictable, but they will be always bad for anybody except you, said Arashi in a sinister tone. Just at that time, legs of some of the chairs of the cursed broke, making them fall to the ground. Oh yes, I forgot. You are immune to the effects of your own seal but not the others, said Arashi. The cursed ones looked with supplicant eyes at the Hokage. Just at that time his smoking pipe broke. You'll kept these seals as punishment. Now get out of here, said in a cold tone. They got out of the chamber, making their best to not rub in each other. The Hokage looked at the rest of the council. Now that the plot against the Uzumakis is explained and resolved, this is the end of the meeting. In 3 days we will have another meeting to decide about Momochi Zabuza's petition of asylum and if he and his son Haku could join the Leaf, said finishing the meeting. The Hokage looked at the rest of the council. Now that the plot against the Uzumakis is explained and resolved, this is the end of the meeting. In 3 days we will have another meeting to decide about Momochi Zabuza's petition of asylum and if he and his son Haku could join the Leaf, said finishing the meeting. Everyone left the chamber thinking about the last events. Koharu and Homura decided to investigate about Haku and the Yukina clan that he was supposed to come from, but first they will make a visit to the Hokage's desk. Shibuyaburame decided to keep neutral. Shikaku, Kuza and Inoiki headed to a tavern. Hiyashi and the other Hyugas thought about their plan. Tsume Inuzuka had to prevent Kuromaru from biting the heart left in the paper bin. The civilian counselors reminded themselves to not provoke the Uzumakis. Arashi, reminding how he ripped out a human heart, went to the toilet and puked, then he washed his hands until they bled. Konoha's hospital. Next day Naruto and Haku spent most part of last night talking with each other. As expected, they became fast friends. Haku told the blonde boy about his life before he lost his family and the adventures he had with Zabuza. Naruto told him about his life before he had a family, his pranks and how his life changed when his father came back. Haku couldn't help but felt a little jealous of Naruto because he saw how his father loved him, while his own father tried to finish his life. He really expected that they could get asylum in Konoha. This village was more tolerant with those who were different than any place he saw before. After hearing about Naruto's life he could find it contradictory, but the Hokage told him that Naruto was disliked because what the Kyuubi did, not for the fact of Naruto being a Jinchuriki. Naruto was going to be in observation a day more before being released, no matter how much he complained. For him the worst part was that the hospital food he had to take for breakfast. Haku promised to bring him some ramen before leaving the place. 10 minutes later he heard someone knocking the door. "And Naruto-kun?" It's me, Hinata." "See, can I enter?" asked a voice behind the door. "Hinata-chan." "Of course you can come in," responded Naruto in a jovial tone. Hinata got into the room. She felt relieved when he saw that Naruto was perfectly fine. After hearing about the attack, she feared to see him seriously wounded, but he was perfectly fine. The Arashi clone who was making guard smiled underneath his mask after seeing her reaction and closed the door, leaving them alone in the room. "I heard about the attack while my father was talking with Aunt Miho this morning. I was worried about you," said in a sad tone. "It was nothing, Hinata-chan. I'm only here because the doctor said that I needed some observation, but I'm perfectly fine," said the smiling. I'm very glad that you are all right, Naruto-kun. I heard that those ninjas you fought were Chunin level." "How did it happen?" asked the shy girl. Naruto told the girl how last day he finally mastered the Rasengan, impressing her even more when she realized that it was the same technique that defeated the Kaiden. Then he told about the ninjas he defeated by himself while his father's clone watched the fight. His jovial tone ceased when his story came to the part when he believed that his father died. He stood silent for a few seconds, doubting about telling her when he used the Kyuubi's power, fearing of being rejected by his friend. Finally he told her all the story. When he finished, as half expected, she was angry, but surprisingly for him, she was also in the verge of tears. "That's not fair. Why those villagers can't see the truth? If you were the Kyuubi reincarnated you would have destroyed the village years ago. You are the one who keeps them safe. No wonder why your father doesn't want to take back the Hokage hat," exclaimed almost crying. "Wait, Hinata, they were influenced by Madara Uchiha. If he didn't convince them, they never would have tried that," said Naruto, putting his hands on her shoulders, trying to calm her. "And Madara? Wasn't him one of Konoha's founders? Isn't he supposed to be dead?" asked her, puzzled while she wiped out her tears. Naruto pondered about he was going to tell Hinata. His father told him about the dangers of divulging the truth about his comeback, but Hinata already knew the truth about the fox and his father's identity. She deserved to know all the truth. "Hinata, what I'm going to tell you is almost unbelievable, but it's the truth. My father wasn't sent to the other side of the world and lost his memory. In fact, he didn't survive." For the next hour Naruto told Hinata how his father was sent to a paradise for heroes, how he resurrected years later and met his future self. Then he told her about their future teams, Orochimaru's invasion, Sasuke's defection, the war against Akatsuki, and the fact that Shino and Shikamaru were also from the future. At first she had problems to assume what Naruto told her, but she was enough versed in her family's art to find out the truth, and she saw that he really believed what he told her. She felt sad when she realized that they weren't assigned in the same team and that reality. She felt horrified when he told that an organization of S-class missing nins will go after him because the fox. "Naruto-kun," said in a serious tone, without stuttering, "I will help you to fight them. I'll train harder to get strong enough. I won't let them get you," said with a resolute look in her pearly eyes. Naruto felt touched. Nobody but his father displayed that resolution to support him. "Thank you, Hinata-chan. With you on my side there's no way they can win," said, hugging her. The resolute Hinata disappeared in the shy, Stuttering Hinata came back at the moment Naruto embraced her. It's the least I can do for you. Why you have kept us all safe, said a completely red Hinata, surprised that she managed to keep conscious. Unknown to them, the Minato clone listened all their talk using a stethoscope that he took from a doctor. Yes. They are getting more and more close. Soon they will be walking through Konoha holding hands, said Kushina happily. I agree, I hope that soon he will start to look at her as a girl, not only a friend, said Minato. When I come back I'll play matchmaker with him and I will shoot the girls of his growing fan club. I'll make sure that they will end together, responded her. Naruto, I'm back with the ramen. Oh. Do I interrupt something? Said a familiar voice. Naruto and Hinata found Haku in the window holding some takeaway ramen bowls. Haku, exclaimed Naruto while opening the window, why did you get there through out the window? The nurses are very strict here about outside food, they didn't let me in with the ramen, so I had to use the window. Who's your friend? Said the femboy pointing at Hinata. She is my friend Hinata. Hinata, this is Haku, she is Zabuza's student, if things go well they will join the Leaf. They also know the truth about me and my father, said the blonde. It's a pleasure to meet you, Hinata-san, said Haku smiling. Same for me, responded Hinata surprised. By the way, Haku also has a very cool blood limit, she can create and control ice and... Oh my! You brought my favorite flavors. Thank you Haku-chan, exclaimed while he grabbed the other boy's hands. Haku then told Hinata his story. The Hyuga girl noticed the similarities that his life had with Naruto's. I'm sorry but I must leave. I hope that you'll join Konoha, Haku-chan, said the Hyuga girl leaving the room. Poor Hinata felt like she was stabbed in the heart with a kunai. She thought that she had a chance with Naruto being the only girl his age who knew his secrets, but the newcomer's presence messed her delusions. Unlike her, Haku was really beautiful and looked confident of herself. On top of that she had experiences similar to Naruto's and had a bloodline that was also compatible with Naruto's. She read enough novels and girl mangas to realize the truth. She loved the boy, what she felt for him was not a childish crush. And she will lose him at Haku's hands if she didn't do anything about that. On her way home she reminded the promise she made to Naruto and made a decision about Haku. Meanwhile, in his room, Naruto was enjoying his ramen unaware about Hinata's thoughts. I wonder why Hinata left so suddenly, she could have stayed here with us, there's enough food for all, commented Naruto. I don't know, Naruto-san. By the way, you referred to me as a she. Obviously you didn't realize it yet, but I'm a boy, said Haku smiling. What? A boy? But he is prettier than Sakura or even Hinata, thought the surprised blonde. If Naruto wasn't so shocked by the fact that Haku was a boy, he would have realized that now he considered Hinata pretty. Konoha's council room. 3 days later the Hokage, Zabuza and Arashi were waiting while the counselors were arriving. The X-Cage reminded how the last events affected Konoha. Almost all ninja population agreed with the punishment he gave to the ninjas who were part of the plot. If there was something that Leaf Nins hated with passion it was treason and traitors. The idea of Konoha ninjas and some villagers hiring missing nins for selling the son of a fellow nin to an enemy village that wanted their blood limit, risking the security of a village with the presence of said nins enervated those who believed in the will of fire. The plain villagers were more divided, but most of them were glad that the plot failed. Those who disliked Naruto chose to keep their mouths closed, especially when they heard how Arashi killed that council member who wanted to punish the Uzumakis. One of the things that surprised them the most was the fact that one of the traitors was an academy teacher. Now the Hokage and the council will have to find a substitute. The other thing was that Naruto killed himself some of the missing nins. The adults were not sure if he managed to kill them because the fox or his training. The younger generations were really surprised that the former dead last of his class became so strong. Sasuke asked immediately Kakashi for more training. Same happened with Kiba. After the parents' visit day the Inuzuka was the new dead last and he wanted to get rid of that title the sooner possible. Kuji started to pay more attention in class in order to keep his difference with Kiba. Naruto's new fan club was now acting more openly, not at the same grade as Sasuke's but they could say that Naruto survived a life or death situation, unlike Sasuke. Arashi looked how Masashi Haruno, Sakura's father, took the seat of the counselor he killed. The pink-haired man looked really happy because he believed that finally his family was receiving the acknowledgement they deserved. The fact was that 3 citizens before him dejected the seat. Since Arashi Uzumaki came back, being counselor became a dangerous situation, with a death rate of 1 counselor per session and the risk of being cursed. The X-Cage looked how the cursed counselors took their seats, that were now set apart of the rest. They looked really miserable. If it wasn't for the fact that Kushina showed him some scenes of Naruto's past, he would have pitied them. He smiled when he reminded how were last days for them. The rumors about the curses spreaded faster with the help of some demi-clones disguised as villagers. Soon the counselors were blamed of all the bad things that happened to their neighbors. A rat was found in a shop where one of them made some purchases minutes ago and the rumor spread it among the shopkeepers. The result? The counselors, his families and their servants were banned from most shops in Konoha. The most funny part was that there was no curse at all. What Minato did the other day was drawing some ugly in their skins, nothing else. Then he used his few Uten clones to make the curse believable, breaking the chairs and Sarutobi's pipe. As expected, the superstitious villagers believed the curse and the counselors became a scapegoat for their bad things. One of them looked at him with the eyes of a madman. Before anybody could do anything, he charged at Arashi with a dagger. The Uzumaki used the palm of his own hand as shield, letting the counselor stab it. Minato grabbed the dagger with his wounded hand, while he formed a Rasengan with the other hand. He slammed the blue sphere into the other man's gut, sending him through the window. He dared to attack a fellow council member and wounded him. It was self-defense, said the Hokage. Nobody dared to discuss that. He could have avoided that attack easily, but Uzumaki let that fool wound him so he would have an excuse to kill his enemy, thought Hiyashi. Can't we have a council meeting without Uzumaki killing anybody? Thought Homura annoyed. It looks like I won the bet with Aba. Uzumaki killed another counselor, thought Shibiaburame. It reminds me when our other Naruto made his first Rasengan against Kabuto, commented Kushina. Arashi proceeded to bandage his wound when he noticed that the other cursed counselors were kneeling before him. Please Uzumaki-sama. Remove my curse, I can't stand it. Everyone blames me for everything, said one of them. Everyone glares at me, said another. Nobody wants to talk to me, begged other. I don't care. Now you know what it is to have a seal that you didn't ask and messes your life. But unlike other person, your seals don't protect everybody from a great evil and unlike him you prove that you deserve them, said Arashi in a cold tone. Everyone knew that he was talking about his son, nobody blamed him for being so unmerciful. 3 days and you are already begging? I was going to remove the seals after 10 years but it looks like you would commit suicide before that. Okay, I'll remove the seals, but only after you renounce your positions as council members and any position of power in Konoha, said in his cold tone. All cursed counselors proceeded to sign the renouncing documents. Arashi performed some hand signs and the seals disappeared. Just after that, they left the chambers running like they were chased by the 9-Biju themselves. The Hokage took his seat and put order in the chambers. We had lost too much time with them. Ladies, gentlemen, let's proceed with the reason because we are here. Today we will decide if Momochi Zabuza will receive the political asylum he asked and join Konoha's ranks. I had some talks with him and his son Haku to determine if they are fit to join us. From my point of view there's no problem with them joining us. Somebody has some reasons for disagree? Asked the Hokage. One of the elder ninjas, known for his neutrality, got up and headed to the Hokage and Zabuza. Hokage-sama, Zabuza-san. I want to know why we should accept a ninja who revolted against his former cage in his birth village. How can you assure us that you won't try to revolt against us? Asked to the former Mist Nin. The Mizukage was full who doesn't deserve to rule the Mist. As one of higher-ranking Mist Nins I discovered that he was behind the rumors that blamed those with blood limits of the war, while they were the most loyal defenders of Water Country's people. Using them as scapegoat only managed to weaken the strength of the Mist. Many blood limits were lost and those few who survived are now hiding their powers with fear of being persecuted. I had no choice but revolt against him if I wanted to keep the power balance among the great villages. I asked political asylum in Konoha because people here know the strategic importance of blood limits, said Zabuza. I understand your point of view, I won't ask any more questions, said the elder. Well, Zabuza managed to show them his point of view, thought Minato. As last resource he could have revealed that the Mizukage was Madara and the responsible of the Kyuubi attack, but I'm glad he didn't do it. It would have led to a war against the Mist. I have a question, said Danzo, getting everybody's attention. According to our sources, the graduation exam in Mist consists in a series of combat where those who kill their classmates graduate. You got the title of Demon of the Mist after you killed all the graduation class, destroying an entire generation of shinobi. Is that true? Asked in cold tone. Yes, I did. Why? Well, you see, my father had problems with some members of Mist's council and I was not allowed to attend the academy. My father trained me himself and sent me to kill as much students of the last class as I could so they would have no choice but accept me as a ninja. According to the rules, the more you kill, the better your grades, and I didn't want to be the dead last. After that, they changed the rules and no more killings were allowed, said Zabuza cross-armed. Many ninjas agreed with Zabuza's reasoning. Some of them pointed that Zabuza's actions already saved more missed students than the ones he killed. Some civilians thought about what would have happened if their proposition of not allowing Naruto in the academy didn't fail, and Arashi's possible reaction: they were relieved to fail. One more thing, said Danzo, not giving up, I doubt that Zabuza would be a reliable ninja. He refused to fulfill a contract. Please let the prisoner in to expose my point of view. Two Anbu appeared with Mizuki and the surviving civilian of Arashi's massacre. They were chained. You two, did you hire Zabuza and other missing ninjas to capture Naruto Uzumaki and kill Arashi Uzumaki, don't you? Asked the crippled man to the prisoners. Yes, we did, but he brought Arashi to the meeting point and kept the money, said Mizuki. Momochi Zabuza, what do you have to say about that? Said Danzo in a cussing tone. They lied to me about the mission. They told me that Arashi Uzumaki was an A-rank ninja, somebody I could take by my own. However, in our fight I discovered that he was strong enough to fight all 7 swordmen of the mist at the same time. Later I discovered about the test that classified him as S-class. They lied in purpose about my objective, so I cancelled the contract, said Zabuza. The Hokage headed to the prisoners. Why you lied him about Arashi's level? Couldn't you afford the assassination of him? Asked. It was the man who wanted their blood limit, said the civilian prisoner. He told us that Arashi's adversaries hold back under your orders to make him appear stronger. He said that the results of those tests, like the Chunin exams, were decided beforehand, that the ranks are given freely by you and the judges. The room was filled by a tremendous killing intent, but it didn't came from Arashi, it came from those elders who worked as judges. They grabbed Mizuki and the civilian, who realized that he shouldn't have called them corrupts. What do you think that the Chunin exams are? A popularity contest? Roared one of them. The Chunin exams are witnessed not only by the judges of the contestants' villages, but also by the feudal lords and possible clients, said another. Most of them saw enough exams to determine who are worth of a promotion and who not. Denying the rank of someone who deserves it and give it to one who doesn't only will tell the clients that the village is corrupted and unstable, they will also think that if the village can't determine the appropriate ranks for their ninjas, obviously that village won't be able to determine which ninjas are most suitable for a specific mission. A third judge stood before Mizuki. Those who judge the rank and skills are always neutral to everybody's abilities. If we see that somebody is fit a position, we have no choice but allow, no matter how we like or dislike him. You Mizuki, proved to be worth of the Chunin rank, although we suspected that you killed one of your teammates, who was my nephew, but because we didn't found proofs against you, we had no choice and gave you the Chunin rank, said in a cold tone. Actually, he confessed that he killed his teammate after his last session with Ibiki, interrupted the Hokage. The judge proceeded to beat the crap of the poor Mizuki. Arashi asked to give him the last blow. The judge agreed. When Arashi's turn came, he kicked Mizuki throughout the hole in the window. This is for thinking that Konoha is as corrupt as you, shouted Arashi to the falling Mizuki. Is he alive? Asked the Hokage. Yes, he still moves, commented Arashi. The Hokage headed to the council. Well, now that there are no more complaints about Zabuza and Haku joining Konoha, I can give them the political asylum and the citizenship of Konoha. He was interrupted by Koharu and Homura. There's a little detail about that boy Haku. It looks like that he will receive a seat in the council when he gets old enough. Usually this is only reserved for those born in Konoha or have enough bonds with our village. Your report says that his clan, the Yukina, has enough bonds for get a seat. It would be nice if all the council gets an explanation about these bonds so nobody could discuss his right to be here in the future, said the old woman. Sarutobi sighed. His old teammates are a real pain in the ass. Of course, I will explain these bonds. There's no need for that. We hired an independent historian who made an exhaustive research about the Yukina clan, in order to guarantee his neutrality. Even we don't know what he discovered. Please let Shizio Amui in, said Homura to one of the guards. A very pale man with black hair and yellow eyes got into the room. He reminds me of Orochimaru, thought everyone. Ku. It's an honor to meet you, honorable council, said the man. Yes, definitively Orochimaru, thought everyone, sweat dropping. Do you think he discovered that? Asked Kushina, a bit concerned. I don't know, we'll better hear what he knows, responded Minato. Let me see, said the man. The Yukina clan has its name because all them, even males, looks like the snow ladies of legends and have power over ice jutsus. They are the only ninjas able to create ice chakra. They not only can use ice jutsus but they also, can use some impressive space-time techniques with them. Minato agreed with him. In fact, the Hiraishin was the result of his family's research to emulate those space-time techniques, managing to surpass the original. Shizio now had the attention of everybody. Let's see. The founder of the clan moved to Water Country and helped to found the Mist Village, but unlike his cousin, who had a different bloodline, he didn't become a Kage. Oh crap. He knows it, thought Arashi, surprised. Lady Miho noticed Arashi's nervousness. Can you tell us about that cousin, please? Asked. Oh yes, he was Hashirama Senju, the founder of Konoha. Look at his genealogic tree. Ku, said Shizio, smiling. Everybody was speechless, even Zabuza, who didn't know the detail about Haku's ancestors. Now nobody could argue about his right to be there. See, can you tell us more about their relationship? Asked an elder. Ku. Of course, the Yukina clan splitted pacifically from the Senju clan after some differences about their ways. The Senju clan itself splitted also pacifically from a clan from Whirlpool Country that left the ninja lifestyle. I think that we heard enough, said Arashi. No, we want to hear more. Please continue and tell us more about that clan, said Danzo. Yes. That clan became the ruling family of Whirlpool Country. Their family crest was a white version of the symbol of the Whirlpool Country, a red spiral. As you know, that red spiral and the leaf symbol with a spiral inside are the symbols of Konoha. The Senju clan took the red spiral to honor its original country. The Hyugas paled that only mean one thing. Other clans also realized what the pale man was revealing. What was that sea clan's name? Asked Koharu, fearing the response. The clan that originated the Senju and Yukina clans and later ruled the Whirlpool Country was the name the Uzumaki clan. Of course. Ku, said the man before noticing Arashi. Uzumaki means spiral in Japanese. Wait, you have a white spiral, that means that you are an Uzumaki, don't you? Asked Shizio to Arashi. Only by marriage. My wife was Kushina Uzumaki, the only survivor of the Uzumaki clan. She didn't tell about her family's story because she didn't want a special treatment. Our son is the only descendant of the Uzumaki family, responded in a dull tone. He got up and headed to the rest of the council. I would ask everybody to be discreet about my political family, but that's your decision, said. Everyone agreed, still shocked at the notice that the Kyuubi brat was a distant familiar of the two first Hokages. I can't imagine their faces when they find out that Naruto is also the son of a Hokage, commented Kushina, a bit nervous. Same for me. Now we'll have to be more cautious with Naruto, at least this will help to improve his reputation with the village, said Minato. The Hokage declared the session finished. While everyone proceeded to leave the room, Arashi looked at the still shocked Hiyashi. I wonder how things will go at the visit that we will make to the Hyugas this night. After a sparring session and sharing a bath, the daughters of the Hyuga leader were now in Hinata's room, preparing themselves for the incoming visit of the Uzumaki clan that night. While she brushed her younger sister's hair, Hinata reminded her previous talk with Haku. Flashback: the young heiress found the new member of Konoha making the groceries while she was heading home. Good afternoon, Hinata-san. It's good to see you again, said the femboy. Gee, good afternoon to you too, Haku-san. Why, you look very happy. Does it mean tea that? Stuttered Hinata. Yes. Zabuza-sama and I were accepted in Konoha. Zabuza will do some missions supervised by other nin before being instated as a jonin of Konoha. Meanwhile, I will attend the academy in the last year class so I could get accustomed to Konoha's customs and peculiarities, said, smiling. Hinata was really happy for Haku, but she couldn't help but feel a bit disappointed now that another girl who appreciated Naruto will stay in Konoha. You know what it is the most surprising part? It looks like that the founder of my clan was a relative of the first Hokages. They said that it will grant me a seat in the council when I get the required age, continued Haku. Haku-san, interrupted Hinata. What's going on, Hinata-san? Asked the other girl, puzzled. Look, Haku. You are a very nice person and also a very beautiful girl, more than I could ever be. Also, it looks like you are really skilled and confident of yourself. I think that you also like Naruto. Unlike you, I'm not as beautiful. My hair is short while yours is long and nice, and my eyes are ugly, especially when I use my bloodline, while yours are dazzling. I'm not very good in ninja arts while you were already fighting among with your father and his missions, said the girl, looking depressed. Haku was about to say her that she wasn't as bad as she portrayed herself when Hinata continued. However, I won't step back. I'm disposed to compete against you to get Naruto-kun's heart. I won't give up, that's my ninja way, said seriously while she reminded Naruto. Ju. Don't worry, Hinata-san, I'm not interested in Naruto-kun, you can keep him all for yourself. You know, I'm a boy, said. A b-boy? Stuttered Hinata. Yes, it looks like one of the traits of my family is the peculiarity that everyone, including males, have effeminate looks. So you like Naruto-kun, don't you? Asked the Momochi in a sly tone. The poor Hyuga turned completely red. Somebody discovered her feelings for Naruto. The truth was that a lot of people already knew about them, but she was not aware of that. I. Don't worry, Hinata-chan, comforted Haku with a warm smile. I won't tell anybody about your feelings. However, I warn you. I heard some girls your age talking about Naruto. When word spread about him able to defeat some dangerous missing nins like the Demon Brothers, his popularity among the female population improved a lot. You'll have a very fierce in order to get his heart. I think that he likes girls with long hair. Perhaps you should let yours grow a little. You'll look lovely, said the femboy before leaving. End flashback. Hinata finished to brush Hanabi's hair. Her little sister looked really cute. Yes, she will take account of Haku's advice and she will let her hair grow longer. Nei-chan, why are we getting so adorned? Are we going to a restaurant? Asked the 5-year-old Hyuga. No, Hanabi-chan. The members of a new clan will come to dinner here and we must look presentable, said Hinata, blushing a little, at the thought that the boy she liked was going to visit her. I don't think that Hinata would stutter while talking with her little sister. Who are them, Nei-chan? Asked Hanabi. They are Arashi Uzumaki and Naruto-ku. I mean Naruto Uzumaki. They have spiky blonde hair and blue eyes, responded Hinata. Really wonderful blue eyes, thought, blushing. Oh, I know who are them. They are the ones who are fighting on water in those pics you have hidden in your secret spot, said the little girl. What? How? Do you know that? Asked Hinata. I found the spot with the pics behind that hanged crown of flowers you brought from the academy while I wanted to prove it. By the way, Nei-chan, why those flowers are still fresh? They didn't spoil yet, said. I used a jutsu that Ka-san taught me when he was pregnant with you. I made a chakra infusion to the flowers that keeps them fresh, responded Hinata, melancholic. Hanabi's mood weakened a little. Unlike her sister, she didn't met their mother. Nei-chan. Do you think she would have loved me? Asked, a bit depressed. Hinata hugged Hanabi. Of course, Hanabi-chan. She never ceased to talk about you when we were in the garden, comforted the eldest sister. Then she realized that Hanabi-chan knew about the pics. Hanabi-chan, don't tell anybody about the pics. We'll keep this as a secret among sisters, okay? Proposed. Perhaps she should tell her that other females in the Hyuga compound also had hidden pics of the Uzumakis. Since the parents' visit day, the relationship between the sisters improved a lot. The incoming doubts that the younger had regarding the eldest Sapta too disappeared when she heard about Hinata's performance in the competitions and when she discovered that Hinata was now able to use a powerful A-rank jutsu. Neji was also able to do that jutsu, but it was not as surprising, having account to the fact that their cousin was considered the prodigy of the clan. Neji and Hinata spent the last week teaching the jutsu to other members of the clan. At first most of them chose to ask the genius for lessons, but later they preferred the heiress because she was more patient with her students and she realized the points where they failed trying to perform the jutsu. Then some of those who were labeled as unable to do the jutsu by Neji took lessons from Hinata and mastered it. That fact improved a lot the reputation of the young girl in the clan, and now the elders looked at her without contempt. Neji asked himself why a genius like him couldn't teach as well as his cousin, and soon realized that it was precisely for the fact of being a genius. He didn't experimented the same problems as his students when learning the jutsu. What it was crystal clear for him, for the others wasn't. Hinata, not having his talent, knew what sort of problems had her students and helped to correct them. He found ironic the fact that the worst students could turn into the best teachers. With Naruto and Minato, the ex-Kage and his son headed to the Hokage's tower, to the part where ninjas received their payment for their missions. Why you brought me there, Dad? Asked the boy. We came here to receive a payment for the missing ninjas we defeated the other day. Because some of the kills were yours, you will receive the percentage of the reward that correspond to them. You must be happy, you will receive your first payment even before graduating in the academy, said Arashi, ruffling his hair. The attendant was one of those who considered Naruto a hero and congratulated the boy for his feats while he handed him the payment envelope. Naruto was surprised by the quantity of the money. It was many times the allowance he received before his father came back. Then they headed to a tailor shop in the market district to collect an order from Arashi. Dad, I was wondering where this money came from. Were we paid by the villages of origin of those nins? Asked Naruto. No. A village only pays rewards for the death of one of its missing nins to ninjas of the village itself. Our payment came from Konoha's espionage division. The body of ninja contains a lot of secrets about his original village and the techniques of the ninja himself. For that reason all villages have hunter nins. Their duty is not only to punish the traitor, but also to protect the secrets of the village. For example, Konoha now knows about the type of poison that the demon brothers used and could develop an antidote. They also could discover how to perform the technique to turn into a puddle, said Arashi. Naruto thought about his father's words. Hinata's family uses that seal to protect the secret of their blood limit. Shouldn't them all being marked to protect their secret better? Asked Naruto. Arashi nodded. Yes, son. The true purpose of the seal was to protect their blood limit, but some of them saw that as an opportunity to be the rulers of the clan and refused to wear the seal. It turned into the division of the clan into two branches. Hinata dislikes this situation although she is the heiress of the main family and would do anything to unify her family, said Arashi. The part of Hinata disliking the seal was made by Kushina's suggestion. She didn't want Naruto to see Hinata as a tyrant, Arashi continued. One of my projects as Hokage was to resolve the problem of the Hyuga clan. Your future self also promised that it will be one of the first things he will do as Hokage, said Arashi. How you plan to do that? Asked Naruto intrigued. That's a very interesting question. When I was looking in our family scrolls I discovered that. Oh, look we arrived, commented Arashi leaving his response unfinished. They got into a tailor shop that looked really expensive. The clerk was a middle-aged man that looked that he didn't sleep in the last days. You Uzumaki-sama. Your order is finished. I hope that you won't be disappointed, said nervously, while handing Arashi a pair of boxes. Days ago Arashi got into the store, put a large sum of money and a drawing and told the clerk that he wanted the clothes done before the end of the week or he will receive a kunai in the eye. When the clerk heard about what Arashi did to the traitors and later to the counselors, he polished his work exponentially. Arashi checked the contents of the boxes with a critical eye, then a smile formed under his mask and handed the clerk another sum of money. Yes, it's just what I had in mind. Here, take this for the troubles. I know that you had very little time, said. It's my job, Uzumaki-sama, said the man with stars in the eyes at the side of the tip. They left the shop before Naruto could take a look at the contents of the boxes. Later at home Naruto was surprised at the type of clothes his father bought. Is Hinata's family making a costume party? Asked Naruto. No, these are fancy clothes in Western countries. I was supposed to be in those lands during the last years. Appearing with these clothes will reinforce my cover, said Minato. And you look really hot with them, Min-kun. When I come back I will order a dress for me, one with those cleavages that show the shoulders, said Kushina in a suggestive tone that made her husband blush. What's going on, Dad? Have you a fever? Asked Naruto. It's nothing, some feedback from my training clones. Talking about clones, I think that the clones we created to teach you some manners finished their job. Dispel them slowly, said Minato. Naruto nodded and dispelled his clones. When he finished to receive the info he was now the one blushing. Dad, I have to do that? Asked. Yes, you have, that's a form of greeting in many Western countries, said Minato slyly while Kushina smiled mischievously. Meanwhile, in the Hyuga compound Hizashi, shouted the Hyuga clan head, destroying the head of a training dummy. As expected, he was the first one to master the jutsu named after his brother. He was surprised with the development of the jutsu in 3 steps and how the user could personalize the jutsu, improving the range with the first step or the power with the second one. He was really proud that his daughter mastered that jutsu at her age, said pride increased more when he found out that Hinata turned out better than his nephew teaching the jutsu. On top of that it looked like she now took her training more seriously. He should have been very happy if his damned Aunt Miho didn't brought a copy of the autopsies of those nin killed by the Uzumakis. One of those killed by Naruto had some wounds that were not seen since the war with Iwagakure clear years ago. It looked like his bowels had been in a centrifuge machine. The only jutsu able to do that was the Rasengan. Only Jiraiya, Arashi Uzumaki and perhaps Kakashi Hatake knew how to use that creation of the Yondaime. But it looked like the Blonde Academy was taught with his father. That news caused a minor uproar in the council. Hizashi knew that now more elders were agreeing with the plan. Damn you, Uzumaki. Why you had to excel? If you appeared as a regular ninja my clan wouldn't have you and your son in our sight. Now we have to protect our position as Konoha's most powerful clan, thought the man. I hope that the dinner will bring some sense to those power-hungry geezers, wished. However this time fate was not in the mood to favor him. Later that night the Hyuga elders, with Lady Miho as unnamed ringleaders, Hiyashi, Hinata, Hanabi and Neji were waiting for their guests. It was decided that only the most important members of the clan would be in the dinner because the room floor wouldn't have the capacity for them all. The Ondame didn't deploy any Hyugas to stop the fox during the attack because their blood limit made backfired at the sight of the chakra being and their technique were useless against something without tenketsus. That fact and the Uchiha massacre left the Hyugas as one of the most numerous and powerful clans in Konoha. Hinata was very nervous. She was wearing a white kimono with purple flowers motifs. Said kimono had really ample sleeves and a red obi. Because her short hair, she didn't have any particular hairstyle, but at Hanabi's she wore one of the flowers from the crown on her hair. Hanabi was dressed in a similar way than her sister, with her hair loose with another flower adorning it. Lady Miho wore a purple kimono and had a recharged hair dress with a pair of huge needles. Rumors said that they were poisoned. The rest of the ladies of the council had similar dresses. Neji, Hiyashi and the rest of men wore elegant black and grey kimonos. I wonder if Naruto-kun will find me beautiful. I hope that the elders won't scare him, thought the heiress concerned. A guard announced the arrival of the Uzumakis. How will they be dressed? The boy probably will have an orange kimono unless his father chose for him a better costume, thought one of the ladies. The Uzumakis arrived. Everyone stared at them in disbelief. Naruto and Arashi were wearing very elegant navy blue suits with coattails and shoulder pads. Both of them also had red cloaks and wore leather boots instead of sandals. Good night, thank you for inviting us for dinner. We brought a little present for you all, said Arashi while bowing. Naruto took his example. Arashi handed a wrapped package to the still surprised Hiyashi. And Naruto-kun looks really nice with that suit, thought Hinata blushing. The next minutes were used with the usual introductions. When everyone was done, the question was made. Excuse me, but why are you dressed like that? Asked Lady Miho. Oh, these? Asked Arashi touching his suit. This is the style of clothing for important events in many lands of the West. I got used to this style in my absence and I thought that I could introduce some Western customs in Konoha. What type of customs, Arashi-san? Asked Neji. To everyone's surprise, Arashi gave Lady Miho a kiss on each cheek. Naruto did the same with Hanabi, who blushed a little while her sister had her eyes popping at the sight. This is the way to greet the ladies in many places of the West, said Arashi smiling under his mask. Arg. I had to kiss that old hag. At least I had the mask. Why couldn't I kiss a younger one in first place? Thought Arashi. Because I say so, exclaimed Kushina. Hey, look, Naruto is approaching. Hinata-chan. Hey, giggled, and Naruto-kun is going to kiss me, thought Hinata, turning completely red. Naruto was also blushing a little, put a hand in Hinata's shoulder and got his face near hers. Ahem. I think that some of those customs could keep in the West. Uzumaki-san, please, the kissing looks nice but it would be better if we keep the traditional customs of these lands, said Lady Miho. That means that I shouldn't kiss Hinata? Asked Naruto. No, you don't have, said the old woman. The blonde boy moved away his face from a very disappointed Hinata. My kiss, thought Hinata. Stupid bitch. You could have waited a little more to say that, exclaimed Kushina. The other ladies of the room, especially those who had copies of the lake pics, cursed under their breaths the old woman. I think that it would be better if we head to the dining room, said Hiyashi. Naruto and Arashi left their boots in the hall and took their places. Naruto was placed in front of Hinata while his father and Neji were on his sides. Hiyashi was in front of Arashi with Hinata and Miho on their sides. Hanabi was on the other side of Arashi. The rest of the Hyugas took the other places. While they were having the first dish, Arashi used a veil-like mask that let him eat without showing his face. Meanwhile, Hanabi noticed the slight glares that Neji was directing to the young blonde. Neji-ni-san, why are you looking at Naruto like that? Asked innocently. Neji? Why are you looking at me that way? Are you still angry for that incident in the parents' visit day? I already apologized for that, said Naruto. I'm sorry, Naruto. I should forget about that, apologized Neji. What happened that day, Neji-ni-san? Asked Hanabi innocently. I mistook Neji for a girl, said Naruto with a hand behind his head. Sai told me that it was understandable because he said that the Neji is effeminate and fights like a ballerina. In less than a second most people was laughing their asses off, minus Neji for obvious reasons. The prodigy vowed to block the tenketsus of the pale boy's mouth. Meanwhile, Sai had the feeling that he shouldn't appear in the academy for the next days and asked Danzo another mission. When things calmed down, Hanabi looked at Naruto seriously. Before you make another mistake, I remark you that I'm a girl, said dignified. Yes, I realize that, said Naruto, a bit ashamed of being lectured by a brat, and Hinata-chan is a girl too. Even thought she has short hair, she is very effeminate. She even started to grow knockers, said Hanabi. Hanabi-chan, shouted Hinata, completely embarrassed. Most people chuckled. Lady Miho thought that it was about time to have a chat with Hinata, while Hiyashi almost shocked. Arashi smiled at the innocence of the little girl. What are knockers, Hinata? Can you show me them? Asked the oblivious Naruto. Crack. Hiyashi broke with his teeth the sake cup he was drinking from. Lady Miho fell undignified. Hanabi, Naruto and Neji seemed to not understand what happened. Arashi almost suffocated himself while Kushina was laughing and rolling on the floor of her husband's mindscape. The poor Hinata turned incredibly red while she looked terribly embarrassed at Naruto, especially when a part of her was thinking seriously to accept his request. Before anybody could say anything, Arashi dragged Naruto out of the room. Moments later, Arashi came back with a very red Naruto, who kneeled before Hinata. I'm very sorry, Hinata. I didn't know what IW was talking about, apologized between both. Apologies accepted, babbled Hinata. Excuse me, I'll be back in a minute, said Neji, leaving the room. Everyone resumed the dinner when moment later they felt a murderous killing intent from other side of the house. Neji appeared in the door with a dictionary and his Byakugan activated, glaring at Naruto. How you dare to ask that thing to my cousin? I'll kill you, roared before charging at the blonde. The poor blonde was chased by the raging Hyuga until they ended running in circles around the diners. This is going to be a long night. And we are still on the appetizer, sighed Hiyashi. That's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and follow me on my other social media accounts. Anime God here, and I'm signing off.